Come on, everybody. Tuesday.
That's right, babies.
Movie night. Tuesday. Tubi movie night. Tuesday. Tubi movie night. Tuesday. Tubi movie night. You're gonna feel alright.
Whoa.
That's right. The hell you is.
Toot, baby, it's time to ride the folk train, and we are the defenders of B-movie magic funk, and lo and behold, gentlemen, we have watched a movie called Killer Sofa. Luke Walker, introduce yourself. Right on.
Babies, babies.
Cool.
Babies.
Did you see that?
Babies.
You see what
Yeah, that was weird. His background just went like total Pink
All I
Floydian.
did was went, look at it.
It went Pink Floyd.
I'm not doing it. You see my hand.
Can I?
Are you a fucking demon?
I can't do that. You got some kind of. Are you on Snapchat?
I'm on StreamYard. Just
I think he's.
How does that? What is this?
It doesn't do it for me, man. Yeah, dude. Oh yeah, babies. My name is Big Luke Walker, professional musician, independent movie maker, and all around thin guy.
I'm trying to. Oh, dude, look. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. You got some, what the hell?
I don't know what that is. Is that a StreamYard thing?
I think you are.
No, that's your phone. That's your phone. That's your phone's camera. You got
it's different emotions.
no. You got you. That's something with your phone's camera.
All right, Brandon.
It's not my phone.
Introduce yourself.
Who, me?
Yeah, you
Oh,
say
they're
your
gonna
motherfucker.
It's like right here. It's my name. They know who I am.
All right, well,
You guys are the ones. that need to
you
get over.
harness the power of emotions. I mean,
You guys are the ones that need to get over. I'm just over here going.
It didn't work like that. You have to be like that. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
it went away.
It went away.
yeah, you lost
I think
it.
that was Vinnie messing with me right there. I think.
You had the power of the Holy Spirit, and you.
Oh, I got a
lost it.
notification that Tuesday Tubi movie night's on right now.
Dude, as soon as that notification popped up, I also got 4 straight instant messages from different people. I'm like, so 10 o'clock's the time. 10 o'clock Eastern is the time to message Big Luke. And if you notice, you can hear my beard.
Huh. I think that's the fleas in your beard. All right, so what we're doing here, and we keep moving the time, and we apologize, which is making it hard for our potential fan base to follow us.
Luke's
We're basically, yeah, Luke is popular and a professional musician. Well, I don't know about popular is maybe a little over.
I'm a professional musician.
Yeah. So we are doing like a basic book review of B movies. I hope you got the gist when we were doing the
Basic book review of B movies. Say that real fast.
Yeah.
Basic book review of B movies.
And so we want people to watch the movies with us and join us, and also talk a bunch of jive with us as we review these things. Now, that's pretty good.
The funk train, baby.
That's pretty good. It's
Yeah.
a pretty good. It's a pretty good look, and it's a handsome shirt.
Hey, we hung out with Alex Jones Bigfoot last night too.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
we'll talk about that. But we don't want to bury the movies. We want to praise the movies,
Totally.
and since we've been doing Tuesday Tubi movie night, this may be the best movie that we've done officially on the show.
Right.
It's debatable if it's still good, but there's a lot of positives to say about this. And it's Killer Sofa. So let's bring it up real quick. I forgot to pull this up, but let me get this real quick.
Yeah, because we can't run to a trailer, or the fucking production company might sue us.
Yeah, we can't do this, but apparently this is okay. And I
I'm
forgot
sitting on one right now. Look at that. It kind of looks like it. Huh?
You're sitting on.
Well,
the
that was one of my very few complaints about this movie, is that Killer Sofa didn't feature a sofa.
Yeah.
That is delicious.
There is that. But some people, this is a New Zealand movie. This was
Yeah,
shot and
that's
filmed
true.
by one guy written, produced the whole thing, edited, filmed with cameras.
Was it really? Because I was that's something I really wanted to talk about was the team, and apparently if there wasn't a team, then this guy's this guy should be making Marvel movies.
His name was Bernie Rao, like the spaghetti sauce.
Writer director.
Yeah, writer director, filmed it with his own cameras and put it out there for the world. And
well, he should be making Marvel movies, man. If he did that with that budget,
fantastic, yeah. But it's a New Zealand, so they may call a recliner a sofa in New Zealand. So
I was going to maybe say that
because they were calling it a recliner in the movie.
That's true.
Yeah,
it's just sofa sounds better than chair.
Oh, and this that you're about to read off IMDb is like not what the movie is. It's weird. It's like
it's even says it, a killer reclining chair, not a sofa, becomes enchanted by a girl, and starts committing crimes of passion. The director was Bernie Rao. He was the writer. It stars Jed Brophy, Jordan Rivers, and Piimio Mei.
Yeah, Jordan Rivers. That's one of Elvis's backup singers, wasn't it?
That's the dancing girl, the lead actress. That P.I.I. whatever her name is. And that was her first movie too. Did you know that?
Well, she did well. So who wants to go first on the review?
Luke should, since he was joined us last.
Chomping at the bit.
Well, all right. So basically, this movie. I'll talk more about the plot of the movie, and then we'll get into kind of the dissection later. The movie's pretty straightforward. It's a chair gets they put a Dybuk in a chair at the beginning, in the opening scene. Chair gets moved in with this girl that has some kind of weird thing where like people get obsessed with her, and apparently that's why the chair got moved to her, because whoever made the chair was obsessed with her. So, yeah, she was. I like the other girl a bit better, but and Francesca. Yeah, Francesca is a girl. Maxie is the blonde girl, and Francesca is the main girl. And it just kind of the hijinks ensue until you find out that like Maxie, who is the other girl, her grandfather is a grandfather, and grandfather, his father, are like some kind of weird psychic people, and they're watching the thing I had the biggest problem with the movie is that they had this weird internet show that they'd watch that really didn't fit in with as good as the rest of the movie was. That was pretty bad.
Yes,
and I think it's because it was filmed with a different camera to make it look like the internet, and it just didn't line up very well.
It felt like a cheap plot device. Like we're gonna push a lot of information fast, and it was the best thing we came up with.
Which sucks because this guy paid a lot of attention to plot devices and build-ups and swerves, and there's some things in this movie that like when Francesca sits down in the chair for the first time, which I'm sitting there thinking, watching this movie, she sits down in the chair, she's got a pot of hot water and a teacup, and I'm like, who brings the pot of hot water with them to sit down in a chair? And then so I'm already starting to think that, that pot of water is going to come into play, but it doesn't. But that's the only thing that kind of threw me off. And then like she starts, masturbating on the chair, and the light turns red. And then what happens is that was a dream sequence. She wakes up, but the red light's still there. And I'm like, oh, come on, why is the red light still there? But then if you look to the left, there's a fucking space heater to explain why the light is red. And I was like, that is an attention to detail that a lot of filmmakers need to pay attention to.
Yeah, I agree. There's so many nice touches this guy did with this movie. I agree with that.
But the chair, and then a little bit later in the movie, the chair bakes her cookies, which that chair's a good boyfriend. Have any of you had? Well, Vinnie, you actually had cookies baked for you yesterday, but your oven broke.
Yeah, they became pretty
inedible. Wait! What kind of cookies?
Cinnamon rolls. Julie made cinnamon rolls, and when cinnamon rolls don't come to fruition and nobody can enjoy them, that is a sad, depressing thing.
But one thing I thought they really did well from the opening scene through is Maxie really portrayed in her face like she was obsessed and in love, crushing on Francesca. So she never really said it out loud. And then so you're sitting there right away. My brain's going, okay, Maxie's the bad guy. And that was good to put that in there. And then halfway through the movie, they do an interrogation scene where Francesca and Maxie are getting interrogated, and she goes, yes, there's been many men and a few women that have been obsessed with me. And so they're really setting up for Maxie to be the bad guy, and she wasn't. The problem I had was about that time they introduce, like out of left field, who the bad guys really are.
But no, the bad guys were in the beginning. The
ancient couple that ended up was the bad guys, and they were like barely mentioned in the movie. But then at the end, they took over, and so I think that was kind of.
All right, Brandon, do you want to do your rundown since this was your movie and you brought it to us?
No, I go on main, brother.
Oh
yeah, I'm just the rookie battle royal.
No, I don't jerk no curtain, brother. You can go ahead.
Okay, well that shows how big of a noob you are. The curtain jerk's the best gig. I get to wrestle for 8 minutes and get the fuck out of there.
I don't lay down for nobody.
All right, I'll go next then. So I will say these are my notes. Again, Luke's already said this, but no sofa. So when you watch Killer Sofa, there is no sofa. It is what we would call a lazy boy in America, or a recliner, or just a chair.
Oh, and a dude fucked a hat.
You'll get to hit that on your way back. Cinematography was top notch. Of all the movies we've seen, this is by far the best cinematography wise. If you took out the chair in this movie, it wouldn't even look like a B movie. I mean, this looked like
this was an $8 million American movie.
Yeah,
I think though, not to cut you off in the middle of your.
I thought you were coming on main. You doing a run in?
No, he's doing a run in. Doing a run in during the.
I got to cut a promo to set up my match. Hang on.
Okay.
I think the pictures of the chair were brilliant. I think the haze and everything, and the long open room with the chair sitting there staring at you. I thought those were the best shots in the movie, to be honest with you. But I know what you're saying about the realism of the movie. It could have been any movie.
It was believable. They made you suspend disbelief that a chair could be the bad guy.
The dialogue was great for these types of movies,
especially for New Zealand.
Well, that's my next point. Can we identify, because they all have New Zealand accents, what a bad actor is from New Zealand? If you're a shitty actor from Great Britain, can we tell as Americans? We can tell when Americans suck, and there's been a lot of that. But all these actors were good. This felt like a Law and Order with a ridiculous, with a ridiculous killer that was a chair. The opening credit song sucked. That's a lot of nuts.
That's a lot of nuts.
You guys, that's cute that you got that. The opening song sucked, but the opening dance credit during the credits was interesting, and it was the main character dancing.
The singer of the band for some reason reminded me of a fucking Train, and I hate that guy.
Everybody hates Train.
Now she's back in the atmosphere with drops of Jupiter in her head.
I'm so ghetto. I'm so thug. Fuck you, Pat Moynihan.
You need to meet Virginia.
There is so this movie had a Dybuk, which is a Jewish bad guy. It's kind of like a curse / demon. There's not a lot of Dybuks in movie history, so I popped when it's
name one other one.
The beginning of Simple Man, the Coen Brothers movie, the opening vignette is a parable about a Dybuk, which is really the best part of the whole movie, Simple Man. So it was kind of cool to see the Dybuk. Good lighting in this movie, excellent. Now I will say the movie is a little slow, but that goes into what I like about this movie the most. Everybody who acted in this movie was acting like they were in a really serious Lifetime TV movie. Yeah,
they sold it. They sold it.
There was no humor. They never laughed.
Except the dude fucking a hat.
There's a lot of humor in this movie.
No. The point is, and this is a great point. So when Luke and I was directing WJHC AM, one of the things we kept telling the actors, because everybody was like, all right, we're doing a comedy. Whoop, yup, yup. It's like, no, you've got to act.
I love titties.
You've got to act completely serious, and the comedy, that your seriousness, you're believing that this is real, is what's going to make this funny, and that's what everybody did. Everybody in this movie acted completely serious, including the cops, the victims. They were all acting like they were, like it was a real situation. And when you saw the chair like peek around a corner, or they'd look up at the apartment and the chair was at the window.
Yeah, you're laughing right now at it because it was hilarious.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I laughed out loud the whole time because it was ridiculous. But nobody, there was no wink and a nod. It was we've talked about this before, but it was like when Michael Caine did Christmas Carol with the Muppets, and he was so like, he sold the Christmas, and he's talking to a bear and a green frog puppet.
Yeah, he sold out to the narrative, and that's exactly what you want out of an actor.
Michael Caine's
green frog.
That's pretty good.
No, I even had it down that I thought that the second act dragged too much in the second act.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
So he killed
now
himself.
it's the second act.
I know it's my house.
You killed yourself.
But all right, Angelica Houston is credited in this movie. Did you guys see Angelica Houston at all in this movie?
I think she played the couch. No, I didn't actually. I don't think it's the same one. Maybe.
No, I mean it's her IMDb. It's credited to her in this movie, and I was like, I'm looking for going.
Sometimes that can be. It's like a Bronson Pinchot thing. So the objectphilia scene. Luke's already alluded to this. This is when somebody has sex with a piece of furniture. The lead.
I just call it fucking a couch, man.
Well, hey, it's also called Tuesday Night.
Want me to demonstrate real fast?
Yeah.
Yes. I do.
That was shot very tastefully, which is also flies against everything. This movie, if you're watching a B movie, the dialogue is not stupid. The comedy is not forced. You don't have these stupid stereotypes like here's a black guy who's either a rapper, a jock, or a thug. You don't have slutty girls. You don't have girls
smoking in this movie.
You don't have any girls showing their tits. You don't have the pot smoking comic relief that sucks. The old man that
got weed.
Yeah, the old man that Luke hates, where it's just an old man going, "I love titties." You don't have the slacker friends. You don't have any of the tropes you normally do, and these are all like normal people, except for the rabbi and his American wife.
I was pleasantly surprised that. I mean, I was pleased that there was no nudity and that the two girls never actually hooked up. I thought that would have made the movie worse if there were I think that I was thinking they were doing the hike thing that we do with Candy, where we tease her being naked, but we never will show it. And I think that they did a good job of making her more desirable by actually not ever having her being naked.
So there were some sound design issues during that the masturbation scene, which whatever. Now, I think this is funny. They show, if you watch this movie, they show the face of the chair as much as they show Elizabeth Moss's face in Handmaid's Tale. If you've ever watched that the face of the chair, Brandon suffers from misophonia and also, what is it called? Pareidolia?
Misophonia.
Misophonia, absolutely.
No, pareidolia, right? Where you see faces and things.
I see him right now in that tapestry. I see him everywhere.
So somebody had to look at that chair once upon a time and went, that looks like a depressed fucking chair. And they just put two eyeballs on it.
Did you see how happy the chair looked though? Like when he had when he made her cookies and had the flowers and the candles.
That was hilarious.
And the thing is we say that and it sounds silly to say out loud, but when you're watching the movie, you're like, chair made her cookies.
And they did a great job with her gay boyfriend, and she thought he did it, and he's like, "Quit kissing me. Why are you kissing me?"
That was another funny spot. Was when the mom put the vacuum in the room and starts sucking up his brain matter, and an eyeball pops in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty good kill effects for low budget in this movie. Nothing was awful.
The knuckles
I thought
knuckle scene in the beginning where she reaches for the chair when they're moving it. That looked horrible.
The dude's face at the end where he's got his face. That looked fucking brutal.
That was
the
cool.
gore scenes in this were the best we've seen in any movie. So
I don't know. There was one I thought was better that we.
I hated the soul effect. I think that cheapened the movie a bit. When the souls were transferring and stuff, I thought that looked. I mean, it looked like
though. Not at the end. It was right up there with Ghostbusters and stuff. I thought.
Yeah, but Ghostbusters was made in 1984.
It's still though. It looked good back in '84. I mean, it's. Yeah, I thought that. I think when the eyes and the mouth were like,
Well, I think what the problem I had with it didn't. It looked like it was on top of the film. It didn't mesh into. It didn't mesh into the.
Well, Ghostbusters is an over-the-top comedy that used like science and lasers. This, I kind of agree with Luke. I don't feel like it fit too well. I don't know what you do. That's the problem. I don't have any, I'm cursing the darkness. I'm not lighting a candle. I don't know how you fix it, but I wasn't a fan of those.
I'd maybe just, I think he could have meshed it a better. Turn the contrast down a little bit.
Or it
was too bright. Yeah, it was too bright and
dial the opacity a little bit. And I'm going to echo this. There's a lot of Dybuk explaining in this movie. We didn't need that much. Like it really kind of was starting to be like preaching. I felt like I was watching a Christian movie or something. They were talking about the Dybuk, how Dybuk. This is how a Dybuk works. This is what's happening with the Dybuk.
Then they explained it that like you'd be covered with boils from head to toe, but nobody got covered with boils from head to toe.
Yeah,
I thought that'd have been cool.
Now, the chair throwing the guy off the balcony may be one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. Do you remember that?
Dude, that is selling the gimmick, man. That dude acting, where he's holding on the chair. Dude, that's selling the gimmick. I loved it so much.
And that's like what we do as pro wrestlers. We're beating ourselves up. He's like acting like the chair, and he did such a great job. Like he's lifting it's like, oh, you got me. Oh.
And it looked exactly like Suge Knight and Vanilla Ice. Exactly.
So that's a hell of a reference.
That was one thing that was weird is at the end of the movie where Maxie walks in with a big chunk of glass in her forehead and everybody's just hugging her and not acknowledging there's this huge chunk of glass sticking out of her forehead.
And the cop is like, "You okay?" No, she's got a fucking glass going into her brain. The chair whispering Valerie into the sink. Jesus Christ, that was funny as fuck. And also when the girl tried to burn the sofa, and the fucking sofa kept going, and the sofa kept going, and she would like light a match, and it'd go, and after like 4 of them, she was just like, "Oh fuck it, turn around."
But what's weird is this. Even describing this movie makes it sound like it's a slapsticky movie. It's not.
I know. It's crazy how they did that.
Dude fucked a hat.
The worst dialogue in the movie. This is what I'll end on, because a lot of these B movies, there's always a couple terrible actors, and they're probably friends of the director and shit that will work for free. The only B movie dialogue in this whole thing is when the female cop hit on.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all. I did not like that.
So you want to come over and maybe we'll blow off some steam? And it was like, oh, dude, we need that.
I did not like that part of the movie. That stuck out.
That took me out. I think the 2 worst things about the movie, maybe the 3 worst things, that scene, the lightning effects, like Luke said, I didn't like that. And that website, like it kept going to a web show about a guy explaining the Dybuks or whatever. I wasn't crazy about that.
I didn't mind that because it did explain.
It was too much, though.
In a different way. Maybe it went too many times, but I thought the guy who was in the videos was actually really good. He looked really familiar.
He looked cool, and he did well.
The YouTube show, the whole thing with all the old pictures in there. I thought that was fantastic.
Like, subscribe, and smash that button for notifications.
Hey, guys. Don't forget to come back hey guys, make sure and actually if you're watching this, hit subscribe and like and all that shit for us too.
I think I the like button, okay? Because me, Brandon, and Vinny are here for you, and we're gonna do something every single other week here on Tuesday.
I think
movie night.
I think Brandon bucks a trend, and instead of doing the "Hey guys" at the beginning, goes, "That's right, babies."
Oh, that's right.
All right, Luke, your turn. What do you got to say?
No, it's Brandon's turn. It's Brandon's turn.
Is I didn't even know in the Vinnie Vantatstic Rock and Roll Adventure movie, I didn't know that every single hug song stuck that the Moonchild was it Moonchild? Yeah. I didn't realize that it's until you mentioned it that every song started off with "That's right."
Because I fell in love with it every time. Why? Because I got to hear the soundtrack before I saw the movie, and when you were putting the songs in, and every song, "That's right, babies," and I'm like, God, I fucking love that. It's like when you say that is the same thing as when Vinnie does his like Jerry Lawler. What? That makes me laugh every time.
We say "that's right" all the time in his house, like because
that's right.
Yeah, she's like, "That's right." We basically do that in remembrance of Brandon, who stayed here and edited that movie for 6 weeks in the house. I watched. See, she just walked out of the door. Did you hear that? She just walked back out of the door and did that. We watched Fall Guy, the movie today with Ryan Gosling in it. They played the Kiss disco 5 times in that movie. That song, "You Were Made for Love," and we kept going. That's right.
I fucking hate that song.
Yeah, so that's the Hugs version. Anyway, people don't know what the fuck we're talking about with that. But anyway,
Vinnie's Fantastic Rock and Roll Adventure available on Tubi.
Because I sang the Moonchild songs and I sang the Gene Simmons Devil songs. So I wanted to make sure. I did want to make sure there was a "That's right" because that was his signature. And the Devil's signature, if you listen to all the songs that he sings, he goes, "Yeah!" every single song. So
I'm Gene Simmons, and I'm going to talk about.
I'm so bummed they didn't sue us.
Well, we haven't really pushed it yet. We need to. We could push for a lawsuit. All right, who's next on the run?
Brandon.
That would be me, I think. Well, this film was filmed in New Zealand with all New Zealand actors. It's a Kiwi movie. New Zealand is one of the most unique destinations on Earth, where scenes of sweeping, verdant landscapes and pristine wilderness abound. In addition to its endless natural attractions, New Zealand is also known for a rich culture, friendly locals, and excellent food and wine.
You got
I just want to get you a little background and
Wikipedia page. Yeah.
It's a small island home to about 4.5 million people located in the Pacific Ocean. New Zealand is famous for their national rugby team, its indigenous Maori tribe, and its picturesque landscaping. So now with that, you will understand a little bit more about this movie.
Wow. And they also have demonic chairs.
All right, but I'm always you said one guy made this whole movie, just one.
Ben Rao or Bernie Rao.
Okay, all right, for $85,000, one guy. See, that's the difference between American movies and New Zealand movies. This would have been $10 million in America. It looked like a $10 million American movie. The reason that it was $4 million is because he didn't have to have DEI coordinators and romance specialists and all this and catering fuckers and all these people that are unnecessary on there's no union.
One man,
so he could just
and a bunch of lights.
I mean, look what one guy without the whole union having forcing and also like American movies. If you put it's a $4 million budget, $1 million that's insurance.
Well, half of it's for advertising. So
yeah,
I mean,
promotion. Yeah. So where are you getting your numbers with $4 million and shit? Did you see what the budget was for this? Or?
The budget was $85,000, and I'm going on that.
That's a big budget.
That's out of our league.
They only needed 4 different sets too, and it was all in people's apartments.
But I said, he probably bought the cameras, bought the lighting, paid the actors. So things we don't do.
How would we do that?
Yeah, why would you do that? No. People are willing to work for free. No, but I mean, I think you cut out a lot of the fat that's put in American Union movies, and look what that guy was able to do by himself with $85,000. That's amazing.
It's shot so it's a freaking actual movie. You know what I mean?
It's a movie. Yeah.
A freaking movie. We can't say that for a lot of the things that we've watched on this little Tuesday Tubi movie night.
Well, that's when Vinnie first showed me WJHC AM available on Tubi. I was like, dude, that's a movie. that's a movie. You know, the hike.
I was like,
the hike's a lot of fun, but it's obviously an indie movie. WJHC is a movie.
Yeah. Well, he did well. He did well.
All right. So the opening scene, I remember I watched this a couple of years ago. It was made in 19, I think. And I watched this a couple of years ago, probably when it first came out, just because I like stupid movies like this. When they're an actual movie, I like them.
This is
I watched it. I remember liking it, and then I saw it on Tubi, and I'm like, okay, I got to bring this to the boys. I got to bring this one to the boys. And then I said, hey, I better watch it real quick. So I've watched this twice since I brought it up to you. And then I watched it, and the first, I'll say 4 or 5 minutes of it made me instantly regret telling you to do this movie. I was like, oh, this is a stinker. Why did I? Okay, it'll be good.
You're gonna get embarrassed.
Because I remember it being really good. But I guess I didn't remember the beginning. I do that with a lot of movies. I don't remember the beginning. But I completely forgot, the backstory where he's hacking them up and then the crime scene stuff and all that. And I was like, oh, God, this is going to be bad. But then I think this is, honestly, I like this movie. I will watch this again eventually. I want them to do a sequel. I think where they actually do like a love seat maybe this time. That'd be kind of cool.
Well, or I think that it was kind of set up for a sequel with what's her name, Francesca, or Maxie looking at Francesca getting sucked away into hell. Yeah, I think there's opportunities for a sequel. But I wouldn't be against it, but I don't agree. I'll probably, I very much enjoyed this movie, but I'll never watch it again.
I will say the evil chair is the most horrifying, adorable, ridiculous, awesome thing in any movie ever. It is so freaking cute, but at the same time, it is absolutely terrifying. If you had that chair, if this chair was looking at me right now, like that chair, I'd be like, I ain't sitting on that muff.
Dude, just put some googly eyes on the chair, dude. You'll be all right.
But everything the chair did was, like you said, when it was looking over the balcony, when it was looking out the window, when it went to the dude's house with a spring and
the guy. That looked that looked pretty B movie-ish. Though.
It had this totally had
the spring knocking on the. I forgot the spring was knocking on the window. Like, knock.
It's totally B movie aspects on this, all over it. But at the same time, it was shot so well that it didn't feel like a movie. Yeah. The actress Piimio Mei, whatever her name is, it's her first film. She did freaking fantastic. Yep. I see why all the creepers are falling in love with her.
I think they filmed this like chronologically because the two actresses were not very good at the beginning, and they got way better as time went on.
That's interesting. That's an interesting point.
The old man flashbacks were a little goofy. I didn't like the effect, the glowing effect that they had with the streaks and everything. But it got the job done. It told you that he was looking in the past and all that. So. I
did like the way the Jack flashback. I did like how the ray of lights looked. I thought that looked pretty cool.
I didn't really care for that. It just looked like a little too J.R. Tolkien for me for some reason.
Well, it's different than like a flashback would be something else. That was like he's being transported and seeing like all these images. So, I didn't hate that one.
Do you think this was overdubbed? Because a lot of the words didn't match the mouths. But I mean, they speak English.
They might have cut out slangs. You know what I'm saying? Like words that don't translate well into, in America.
Well, most movies overdo ADR anyway because they don't.
They did it really bad if they did it because I think it was. But they speak English, or do they speak another language? Are they bilingual?
No, but what's interesting to me is the couple that's the rabbi and the black woman sounded very American. You know what I mean?
Alexa, what language do they speak in New Zealand?
English.
Go fuck yourself, Brandon Bishop.
Maui and New Zealand Sign Language are official languages.
English, Maui, and New Zealand Sign Language. I guess New Zealand has their own little thing.
Well,
suck it.
They got 27 words for boomerang.
I was horse laughing when the chair attacked the douchebag boyfriend through the window, and actually when they kept creeping up on him and he turned around and the chair kept getting closer, and then he got him in the back of the ankles with the hook or whatever that was. That was fantastic. I think everything the goofy boyfriend did when he was struggling to get to his feet because the water was in, he's like, "Mom!" That shit got me too.
Dude, I like how the goofy boyfriend is like dying in the bathtub, and the detective just looking at the blood on the oven, like, ooh, and you hear in the background him going, "Oh God, oh I'm dying," and the detective just like, it's just blood on the oven.
One thing cinematically I did really like, and I disagree that any part of this was going slow, was that it would cut between scenarios. You'd have the cops. You'd have Francesca in the chair. You'd have Maxie. You'd have the old couple, and it would cut back and forth, and then even the YouTube stuff, and then it would just kind of cut. But it didn't feel like it took away from it. I felt like it was like, oh okay, because it gave you enough. Like I'm 30 seconds here, 10 seconds here, 45 seconds here, and it was like almost like Star Wars when Star Wars is back and forth, and I really thought that was fantastic.
And dude fucked a hat.
And the dude fucked a hat. The cop in this movie, they named him Bob Gravy.
Gravy, yeah.
So there has to be a story behind that. I want to know what that story is.
Like it's love.
They named somebody in a movie Bob Gravy, unless there's a story.
And then when he's on the date later in the movie, he says, "No, call me Gravy."
Call me Gravy, baby.
And if I didn't already have a fantastically marketable name right now,
you'd be Brandon Gravy.
No, Bob. I'm going full Bob Gravy with it.
Going full, ripping off your market is giving.
Going full Bob Gravy. You never go full Bob Gravy. You know this.
No, they're in New Zealand. They don't know about any of this.
You do Bob Gravy.
Were they going to do Fly here? Like, no, they're not.
You never do Bob Gravy.
I thought the story was well done. I didn't know who did what. I had no idea who the bad guys were, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the bad guys were were a couple that was murdered.
But I didn't know who they were going to possess. I had no idea if it was Maxie. I didn't know it was going to be the cop and Francesca. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I think that if this movie would have been just as good without the mystical shit.
Yes,
if
thank
it
you.
was just a creeper in a chair that cut off his legs.
Thank you.
I think all the mystical shit, the Dybuk box and everything could have been
too
done.
confusing.
Yeah,
it would have been a good swerve. It was just if it was just a dude.
Yeah, they could have talked about the Dybuk shit, and if it was just a dude, I think that would have made, because there were some nice twists at the end. Like most B movies are just like, get to the fucking end, have something happen, burn the chair, and instead of having the chair going to the match, but yeah, get rid of
that was
so fucking hilarious.
That was like the best part, even its best.
And it was so funny because it's like, have you never smoked a cigarette in the wind?
Not to mention, she was covered in gas as well.
It kept going back, it was like, oh damn it! Strike. Going to do it again, dude. But then you figure out it's a guy with no lips doing that in the chair. So that didn't make sense to me either. Like it was a guy in a chair. Did he just keep taking shits in the chair and pissing in the chair? But anyway,
ended up he'd been dead for 2 weeks.
So
the masturbation scene.
Yeah, he was dead. Yeah, that guy was dead.
Okay.
Yeah, that guy was dead.
That phone call said this guy's been dead for 2 weeks. What do you mean you killed him yesterday? You know.
Okay.
So they just needed a body in there to possess, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
The masturbation scene, the red masturbation scene in the chair was hotter than anything that we've seen on this show, and we've seen full-on real sex on this show. Movies that we've watched in tents with terrible looking people.
Yeah, you know what? And the thing is, she stayed clothed. She was fingering the recliner hole, but it was still insanely attractive. It was.
Honestly, when she just sat there and crossed her legs, I was like, okay, that's
she had nice legs.
That's a little much for me right now. I can't take. I like how in New Zealand apparently they put the doorknob in the middle of the door. Did you notice that?
No,
I did not.
It was that in her front door. The doorknob was in the middle of the door. I didn't. I kind of. I don't know how I felt about that, to be honest with you. And I like I said, I think if it was just a creepy guy in a chair, it would have been a lot cooler. Yeah. And I think if they did the old school thing where they shoot him and you think he's dead, and then they take the chair apart and he's not there. Set up
or then you set up with it's the guy in the chair, but then you at the right before the credits you have an actual demon something there. You know, you could have gone with it that way.
And what kind of due process is there in New Zealand when a cop can just walk in right at the end and blow the head off a guy in a chair suit?
I'll be honest with you. I'm going to answer this. I'm going to answer this as a former police officer.
Oh.
If I walked into a house and Francesca was standing there with her butt in that red dress, and there was a dude standing there in a sofa with no face, yeah, I'm shooting him.
It could have been a costume party. Just
I don't care. I think I could explain and justify my decision to shoot that fucking.
How can
chair.
I turn this into a killer sofa? Because I want to do that for. Can I come down to for Halloween, Vinny, and hang out? Because I'm gonna dress.
You'll be the killer sofa. Vinny's gonna be Torgo.
I'm gonna be I think I'll be the gorilla from Kung Fu and Titties.
All right, I'll be Torgo.
You can be Baby Cat. You can be Baby Cat, Luke.
Then I have to crawl on my hands and knees, and that's just bad for everybody.
Not a bowl of milk for you. I really like horror movies that don't have happy endings. I can't stand smiling faces at the end of horror movies. So that was also another thing I did like about this movie. I really, as you know, I really like this movie. No movie's perfect.
I think this director is. I hope he's doing other stuff because he's. I hope. I don't know, but he is. I mean, he can be doing anything. He's fucking good. Yeah, he should be. I mean, they should be hiring him to do some of the Lord of the Rings stuff over there in New Zealand.
I agree. I think he has a lot of potential. He's got that. We've always talked about. It seems like the independent movie people are either tech people or soul people, and he's really good at the cinematography, and he's got a really
good looking guy too.
Really?
That's okay.
Look at him, man.
I'm pulling him up. I'm going to see what he's doing.
Well, you should send him a message and tell him that Big Luke thinks that he can direct anything.
Well, he's going to say, "Who the fuck is Big Luke?"
Oh no, he'll know. He'll know. I'm a professional musician.
He's got a movie called The Badlands. He's got a movie,
which I've seen like 7 movies called The Badlands, so I might have seen it.
He's got a movie called Teddy. What is that about?
Well, let's bring this.
Look at this.
I'm gonna try to do something.
That actually looks cool. Let's see if that's on Tubi.
Let's do that.
We're talking about Bernie Rao.
Bernie Rao. Wow.
Because that Teddy thing's a lot like we did that with Camp Smokey. So let's see what that is.
This
one movie on Tubi. They should all be on Tubi.
This was made 11 years ago, and it looks this is a short. It looks like.
Is it?
Yeah, that was probably like a sample thing.
Well, they got shorts on here. I've seen them before.
They got shorts. They got pants. Whatever you want. Shorts.
I really like.
They got tolls.
Anybody watch Terrifiers? The 2 movies?
No, it's those like brutal. Torture porn movies really aren't my thing.
It's straight up slasher flicks, brother, and I love them.
What else you got for this, Brandon? Anything?
Are we gonna rank them and stuff like we normally do, or are we just
who wants to go first?
Wiping their ass with that segment.
Vinny, you go first. You never go first on this.
Oh, hang on. I got 2 packages shipped just now. I just got a notification.
Oh,
all right, so that's probably for me.
Is your SpaghettiOs done? I mean, you're gonna keep. So anyway, yeah, I would.
A picture of Candy Thompson pregnant. What's going on with that? Why is she posting that?
Well, she's in a rabbit. She's like a damn rabbit.
Good God.
That's why she's directing Rabbit Man for us. So Luke and I rate this on a scale of B to F, and what that means is these aren't A movies, so they can't get an A. So it's B is the best they can get. B, C, D, and F. And there's so much about this movie I liked, but yet it wasn't a complete win for me. I thought the ending was confusing. We've also talked about they went to the Dybuk well way too many times. The mystic shit made no sense. The strengths of this movie was the cinematography. The actors are good. The sofa was absolutely not a sofa. It was a chair. It was absolutely ridiculous. But everybody,
in a good way.
Everybody played like this was the most serious thing. This was like a Law and Order meets a Lifetime murder movie. how it felt and how serious they were. And then they look over in the cut and there's a chair blowing out a match going, or saying Valerie into the damn drain.
So good.
It's
so good.
Those are the best moments of the gimmick. And so it's going to be my best score so far for any movie. I'm going to give it a C+.
That's
And
really good for when you're only going up to B, though.
Yeah, B+, B, and B- would be the only thing better than it. I thought it was a little slow and it drug at times, but compared to everything else we've seen, this is the Oscar winner so far in our series. So, Luke, what do you?
Are we gonna do an awards show? We do about 12.
So we got it. I don't have one man that I would nominate for best.
I don't have one man.
I don't have. What's wrong with me? What's wrong?
Dudes have not been good actors in these movies.
But the lead actress is another candidate for best actress.
Blue Tiger Sauna is a movie by Bernie Rao, and it's on Tubi, 2019. So he was busy that year.
Oh, big year for him. All right, Luke.
It looks like a freaking foreign film, though. It's an international film. Huh.
Well, he's from New Zealand, dude.
After inheriting a sauna business, a young woman must confront her father's dangerous past before she can build a better future for her and her workers.
I don't know.
Starring Elise Lau, Doug Kirk Tak Chan, Lee Ka Wai, and Li Fing. We're going to watch that.
Asian, right?
Oh, yeah, I love Asians.
Okay. All right, Lukey.
It's TV.
All right.
Sorry.
Any more news on a movie we're not talking about?
Talking again.
This movie is kind of not one of my. It's not in my wheelhouse of movies, but it's in the same league. I like my movies a little more, a little goofier, a little gorier, a little more titty laden. But if you take it out of that, I thought this director impressed the shit out of me. But like I said, I like fart jokes and I like smart fart jokes. There was not a lot of fart jokes in this movie, but I would give this movie a solid, just based off of the strength of the director. I'm going to give this a C+.
Well,
cool.
All right, and then so Brandon rates his based on Tubi. T is terrific. U is underrated.
Well,
B
on your system, I'm going to give it a B.
Okay,
I can see that. I'm not going to disagree with that.
Tubi, on my personal things, because I'm a jackass and I got to do my own thing. T is for terrific. U is for underestimated. B is for just bad. It's just bad, which is they're supposed to be a lot of times. And I is for impossible to watch. It's not going to be I. It's not going to be B. It's not going to be U. It's a T for terrific. I absolutely. This is like if you made a playlist with movies, this movie would go on my playlist. It's just honestly, the chair has like Darth Vader vibes for me. You know how cool it is in Star Wars when you finally get to see Darth Vader? Like how many minutes in all the movies did Darth Vader actually get? It's like what? Like 30 minutes tops in all of the movies. And that kind of when you see the chair, you're just like, I just love it. I'm afraid of it, but I want to snuggle it. I want to sit in it.
It's like Barney the dinosaur turned.
It really, it does look like kind of that.
It looks like Barney.
It's a real chair, and it's got those big eyes, and something's fucked up about it. But it's just like I just love this chair. I want that chair. I want the actual chair they used in the movie and put it like with chains on it in the corner of a room somewhere. I like this movie.
The chair throwing a guy over a balcony was standing.
Oh, dude, it stood out. It was just the performance of it all was just
the magic of the movie. Yeah, I'm just glad we had one that wasn't a complete total piece of shit because I felt like
that's what you asked for last week. So I had to throw this one out. And like I said in the beginning with the fake blood splurting on the picture, and I was like, oh damn it.
I didn't hate that. I didn't hate the beginning. So
I didn't hate it at all. I just didn't. I was worried that it was going to be another one of those, and I just remembered wrong or something. But no, it turned into something that I really liked, and I want to do stuff like that. This goofy like. What other inanimate objects do we have? I got a humidifier. Can we do the devil's humidifier?
All right. Yeah, you remove
control. We can. It just
Well, on the humidifier, you remove the tray and it's all filled with blood. All right, Luke.
Well, this also did kind of remind me of our short film, our short series of short films on YouTube called "Let It Snow Man," where we had an inanimate snowman attacking me and then Vinnie in the sequel. So
that's fun.
Where's Brandon going?
I don't know.
Right.
So
he's got more shit to heck.
They're duster of death, man. Come on. We can do this.
All right.
This leads to you, Luke. What's the movie for next week?
Okay, so I didn't have a lot of time when I was done watching this movie, and I got up to brush my teeth, and another movie came on after it. But you can't hear me because Brandon's brushing his microphone.
Oh, you can hear
yeah.
Misophonia.
It's like 70s porn right here. Saying goodbye.
And if I would have seen the title of this movie after the movies we've watched that sucked, like the Amityville ones, if I would have saw the title for this movie, I wouldn't have watched it. It's called Attack of the Killer Donuts.
Yes.
Okay.
It came out
5 minutes into this movie. It's Clerks 2. It's Clerks 2, Waiting, and American Pie mixed into one movie.
Yep. I was thinking the same thing. I was like,
I didn't want to go play a show. I didn't want to go play a show because I wanted to sit there and watch this movie.
What's Waiting?
That's a Ryan Reynolds restaurant movie.
Oh,
you've never seen? Yeah,
I've never watched it, but I'm familiar with it.
Dude, you got to watch that movie. That movie is fucking amazing.
One of the funniest movies ever made.
Yeah,
easily.
So
Easily one of the funniest movies ever made.
Attack of the Killer Donuts.
Attack of the Killer Donuts, and it was very Clerks. It was very Clerks 2-ish, but the opening scene was very kind of reminded me of a scene from Waiting and a scene from kind of had that American Pie vibe to it because he's talking to his stepmom who is a fucking fox, and then they're in a donut shop and it's kind of very Clerksy, and so I didn't want to stop watching the movie.
All right, June 11th, everybody, 10 o'clock. We're going to watch Attack of the
Killer. I get back that day from Colorado, so shit, I'll be tired.
You're going to be
It's okay. It's going to be all right, man.
We'll pre-tape your segment.
Everything's going to be all right.
All right, we're going to have to show some more commercials here to let everybody know what we've been into, but this is Brandon Bishop's movie.
Mom?
Oh, my ass.
Oh, what happened? Oh, here we go.
They couldn't handle Vinnie without a shirt on.
They were like,
mouth hug that pizza, boys. That's the shirt I bought.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'ma beat you like X.
Hug it out, bitch! I'm a $500 hand up. I'm high in the desert.
That's me at top speed.
He has a mission. You can sting any part of my body, just not the dick.
Oh! You bathed me? And I shaved you back.
God bless America. And you, Route 66.
That really is, I know you're a friend and all that stuff, and we're in the movie and shit. That really is a funny movie, guys. So if you've got Tubi, please check out Vinnie's Fantastic Rock and Roll Adventure.
Wait till you see the next direct-to-DVD thing that we're going to be doing. It's going to be, is this the hot mom you're talking about?
Yes.
Oh, we're doing more previews.
I was just a kid when they came to Camp Smokey.
That's my voice.
I thought you were talking
to the world. Been hiding in these woods for decades. Scavenging.
I don't remember that part.
Surviving. Today, they found me.
Oh shit, 2022, really?
We were off
Yeah.
a year.
Or off 2 years.
One.
Did I get that title
demons.
wrong?
It came out last year. We were off a year.
Well, we filmed that teaser 6 months before we started filming initial production of the movie.
Yeah.
And
Well,
pretty soon,
We changed the lead
swipe
actors.
wrong. Swipe wrong. I've been writing that shit for the last week.
But
And
they've been
much like the Vinnie movie, the Vinnie's Vantatstic Rock and Roll Adventure movie. I horse laughed all through the time I was. If you're laughing at your own shit, you know either you're insane or it's going to be pretty funny.
Or you're a narcissist, but yeah,
No, absolutely.
You're I mean, the Vinnie movie was good. And then Luke and I are working on Showdown in Secret City, which is about the Oak Ridge supercomputer. So, fellas,
hold on a second. I'm going to search Camp Smokey on
Tubi.
on Roku and see if anything. All right, Camp Smokey. Let's see. It's on Fossum Drama and Reveal still, but it's not showing up on Tubi yet.
That's so shitty.
And it's on a side TV.
And a side TV, which you want to get a side TV because you can catch every episode of Wrestling with Ghosts.
And WJHC and The Hike and Vinny's Fantastic Rock.
I do want to pass out if anybody's watching this has also watched The Hike. Thank you guys. Man, that movie's getting a lot. I mean, we've got more views this year than we have any other year, and that movie's been out for 3 years. I mean, you guys are killing it watching that movie. Thank you so much.
Yeah, The Hike is doing well for us. It's probably it was our first movie, and we've improved, but it's got a lot of soul to it. So, guys, it's always been a pleasure. I'm glad we got to watch a good one, and hopefully it's Attack. Now, has anybody watched the whole Attack of the Killer?
No, I got to the point where I was about 8 minutes in, and I had to go to work. I had to go play music because I'm a professional musician.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so, but I really, really wanted to continue watching that. Yeah, so, but now I'm not in the mood to watch it.
Important question, though. I know we're almost right at the hour mark, but it's kind of important. I'm not really.
It's about 7. Now that I lost weight, it's about 8 inches.
Oh, you get an extra inch, a half inch per 10 pounds you lose.
Yes, no, it's an inch. It's an inch for every 32 pounds you lose.
Really? See, I was always told it's a half inch for every 10 inches. Maybe it's
for every
different.
10 inches. Well, no, it's for every 32 pounds you lose, you get an inch of junk.
Well, damn, man. It means I only got an inch in there instead of the 2 I thought I had.
Give her both inches.
No, I just wanted to know, should I watch a documentary about Epstein called Epstein Didn't Die in Prison? I think that's what it said. It just went off.
Jesus, God.
Or should I watch the downfall of Puff Daddy?
I don't think you watch either. That's just depressing bullshit. That's minutia for your brain, man.
Yeah, I like documentaries. I like to watch how they're filmed, but
I like documentaries about stupid shit. I mean, you don't want Epstein and Diddy, man.
Watch the Jinx.
I've already watched that. Oh, wait, no, it's probably new episodes now, isn't there? Yeah,
part 2. Yeah, watch
check that out. Or I think I might watch Slaughterhouse on the Hill on Tubi. So
what the fuck is that? Kurt
I don't know.
Vonnegut?
It's looking at me.
I want to bring this up about the Diddy documentary though. That came out really fucking fast. Did they have that in the hopper? I mean, did they know some shit? You know, like have they been waiting to release that one for a little while?
AI and everything the way it is, they could shit out a documentary in a minute.
If you watch the Cat Williams on Shay Shay in January, he said all the shit that was going to come out.
Yeah.
I mean, it was known. It was known information.
Dude, the fact that Cat Williams is still alive right now means that you can't kill him.
I could try.
I like the joke that they did on Saturday Night Live where they reenacted that Cat Williams thing, and whoever the woman was playing Cat Williams said, "Shannon, I'm going to tell you 3 things. I'm 5'2", I never lie, and I'm 6'3". And it just about made me fucking shit my pants. It was very funny. All right, fellas, it's good hanging out with you as always. Yep, he's got the human.
That's right, babies.
Human Shirt Company on
Dude,
Etsy.
I will tell you about the Human Shirt Company on Etsy. I was navigating through it, trying to find the perfect shirt for me, and I ended up buying "Don't Mouth Hug" or "Mouth Hug That Pizza" that has Vito and Paulie on it. But I also bought the WJHC AM shirt. There's a lot of damn shirts on there, dude. You got a lot of cool ass graphics on there. I could have bought
rid of 100 too. So I mean, there's about 250 designs on there.
Yeah, I could have bought about 25 different shirts if I had, they're reasonably priced. And
shirt, yeah. And I sent you both a shirt. I sent Ronnie. Your name's Ronnie. I sent Vinnie a side TV shirt. I sent you a Tuesday night shirt. Tuesday Tubi movie night shirt.
Movie night.
Available in the description, right? Ronnie? Why do I call you Ronnie now? Shit, your name's Ronnie. Oh, it's getting late.
Go smoke something else. All right. Yeah. Well, and congratulations to Luke, who won the Memorial Day HeroScape tournament last night.
Is that what that's called? HeroScape? I've had like 4 different people wanting to know what I was playing last.
Did you have fun?
Oh yeah, I won.
Yeah. Well, you were Blade.
Yeah, well, no, that all came down to Mikey should have won that game. There's no reason Mikey should have lost that game, but he made just one tactical fatal error, and there's no reason he should have lost that. There's no reason he should have lost that game, but he just didn't know something.
He was using Zangief, and then a Tyrannosaurus Rex came up and bit its head off.
Is this like Dungeons and Dragons or something? What is?
Well, I mean, it's got Princess Leia, it's got Blade, it's got a bunch of weird, crazy.
It's like Dungeons and Dragons, but it's a lot more streamlined. It's a lot easier. It's a lot more fun.
It's a game. It's not. It's a military kind of strategy. But you don't really role play. It's like sumo wrestlers versus.
Yeah,
dragons versus elves, and
you're not sitting there. Oh, you rolled 20 die, and now you have the Drow elf warrior princess from Loth's kingdom is now attacking, and you're like, no, let's just fucking play a game.
Yeah, it's like
I was always busy getting laid. I never had a chance to.
Well, I used to play it with the kids. We were about to get rid of it, and then this is funny. We brought it out. I said, "This is taking up too much room in the shed. We're gonna invite our friends over, play this game." And we'll get rid of it and say goodbye to the game. And then, like, everybody last night was like, "Can we come back in a couple of weeks to play it again?"
Yeah, so, we got to do this. We got to do this every 4 weeks. Or Amber, we have to do this every 6 weeks. Amber, why every 6 weeks?
Is it school? That's what.
Is there? It's like 6 weeks is not like a quarter or an annual, or that's not like a measurement of time that people use.
It's only 6 weeks is school.
And the overtime segment of this is sponsored by Stoke Voltaix, and it's a cooking system for nomads like me who sometimes live in vans. You can plug it in. It's got a pot and a frying pan.
What are you doing to it?
You can fry. I'm licking the shit out of that.
Is that objectphilia again?
Yes,
are you masturbating against?
Is that in? Oh, well, dude. Well, you found your next movie. That's the evil thing.
It's sponsored by Stoke Voltaix, and you can get this cooking system at stokevoltaix.com. And they have a kettle pot that's really cool, and they have a smart mug as well, which I have over there.
I just realized I'm not getting paid for this, so we're going to cut this off. All right, guys. We're going to edit that out. We love you.
Jackery popper batteries.
Stop.
And Road Pro products,
they
which
need to
for
sponsor
truckers,
me.
RVers, van lifers, campers in general. We can.
Oh my God, how's anybody watching this? All right, I love you.
Nobody watching.
I gotta take a piss so bad. I'll talk to you guys later.
And the Human Shirt Company, you can buy.
No.
Go to